already been late, so I'll also do it quite quickly and not make you wait here for too long. And maybe just wear or enjoy the session for half an hour. Okay. So the topic that I'm going to talk about is the moral compass, navigating family and society through human values. So first of all, so this is going to be the presentation outline. Um, so before I start, I would like to pose a few questions to you. So who is your first support system when you face any kind of challenges? Who is it? Whenever you face any challenges, who do you turn to the first time? Friends. Okay. And who is it that offers you unconditional love and acceptance no matter what the circumstances are? Parents. Okay. And who are the people you can always count on? Friends again. Okay. And who taught you your first lessons about love, respect, and integrity, shaping your moral values right from the young age? Parents. So parents, it could be parents, siblings, or anyone. So all of it leads to family. So family is considered to be what the one of the most important part of our lives. So family is one, like we can say one unit, like who we have had a connection with right from the day we are born, right? So here, see, families help in shaping the lives that we are currently leading, shaping us into individuals how we are presently. So family has plays a very great role in that. So here, what is the role of family in shaping values? So do you agree that the foundation of values is laid by family? They are the first teachers for us. So be it teaching us to walk, talk, or instilling certain values in us. Can you name a certain few basic foundation values that all of you possess? Gratitude, okay, good. Respect, honesty, anything else? Gratefulness, yeah, all empathy, being kind. So all these are instilled to us right from the from the time we are born, like right from the beginning. So this has been taught to us. So we can say that family lays a good foundation of value for us. The second one is it provides us an emotional support. So whatever be the situation that you are in, so be it your see family is someone who finds joy in your joy and sorrow in your sorrow. So do you ever see where you are sad, all sad, and you go home and your parents are all happy because you're sad? Does that happen? Huh? Or when you are very happy that you scored distinction, you have scored very good marks, and your parents are sad? Might happen when they compare your marks to your friends, right? That might happen, but still, they are the ones who provide you emotional support when you're going through any kind of stress or anxiety. So they are always there to provide emotional support and development of social skills. See, as far as you can remember, what would be the first social gathering that you would have attended? It would be an family gathering, correct? So right from your young age, the first kind of gathering or social skill where you have learned certain social skills is attending family gatherings, meeting your relatives, and then you start getting the exposure where you start meeting people outside your family, your friends, you make friends. So family is something that you don't choose for. You are born into a family. You don't get to choose that, I would choose to be born in this family. Do you get to do that? You can all choose your friends. How many of you, like, you've known each other before joining this college? How many of you have known, you have been friends even before joining the college? It's okay, you can raise it. Okay. So quite a few. And I see that you're all sitting one next to another. You're not so, and the rest of them, you have found new friends here, right? You are, or maybe still in the path of finding new friends. It's always like a what it's not something that okay, you decide to become someone's friend today, and it's not necessary that you carry forward the same friendship till the end of your course or whatever. It keeps changing, right? So depends upon your likings, similarities, dislikes, and all of that. So development of social skills is something which is instilled by the family initially, which shapes us or which provides us that confidence to get into other social gatherings and also express or showcase your skills. And the last, but one is culture and tradition preservation. So, all of us being born in India, which is rich of culture, heritage, and also currently being in Mysore, which is the cultural or heritage city, you see the culture or tradition that we have here is so diverse. So all of you here sitting here, each one of you, like you can have certain traditions in your family which could be different from your neighbors, right? And every value that you see, it has some meaning or essence to it. We might not know why we celebrate certain festival, why Dasara is celebrated for 9 days. Like you might know, you might not know, but it has certain values, or when you go deeper into it, you see the actual meaning of it, right? So these things also is instilled by family, and it is kind of, it passes on to generation. So today, if you all have some idea about the culture and traditions, it is because your parents have passed on that uh, knowledge with you, which you further pass on to your siblings or your next generation, right? And the last one is guidance and mentorship. So in every family, see, or I would never say that you can you read. Is there any book in the world where you read a book and it says that you're ready to lead your life? So now we are all 100% ready to face all challenges in life. Is there any book like that? Or is there any course or education where you can do a course and then say that, okay, I'm ready to face all challenges? There's nothing like that. So family is one place where you can seek guidance and mentorship, and it is mostly through experiences which they pass on to you. So if you have your grandparents or parents, mostly it is shared by stories. They would share their experiences in the form of stories to you, say that, back in our days we used to do this, and a lot of such knowledge which you get from them. So that would help you in, like, you are in some difficult situation, and then it strikes to you that, okay, I had heard this story, like where this happens, maybe this is the right path that I need to choose, right? So this kind of guidance and mentorship is also provided by family. So here, this is kind of the role which we see in shaping of values. But what happens as we grow older, so as you keep on growing older, so from infancy to childhood, from childhood to adolescence to adulthood, so you see a change in the dynamics of the family. Is it the same? Like, are you still behaving the same way how you were as a child? And do you still show the same behavior to your parents or your family the way you were when you were a child? No, right now, as a child, your parents would give you some food, you would eat. Now you'll be like, no, I don't want to eat this. They give you some money, any relatives come and give you some money, you'll be like, okay, you'll be happily accepting it. Now you might demand from your parents that, okay, I need this much pocket money. You might or you might not, right? So the dynamics also change as we grow. So here we can just focus on, because all of you being teenagers, so we can focus on how your teenage life or how the dynamics change. So generally what happens, see, all of these things which I'm saying, it might not be true in everyone's case, but then generally what happens, like you fall into peer pressure, right? So you might get a feeling where, okay, the rest of them are doing this, should I also be doing the same? So initially, as an infant or as a child, you're exposed only to the family, your surrounding is only that, where only all good things are being instilled into you. But once you grow up, you get a more exposure. So you go to school, you mingle with a lot of other more kids, and you come to college. Now, many of you might have traveled from different cities. How many of you are here from other cities, not from Mysore? See, quite a lot. So many of you, you have traveled from various cities to come here, get education. So obviously, the surroundings, the culture, everything varies, and it will take time for you also to get used to it, get adjusted in the new place, right? But you get a lot of exposure as well. So here, you might be confused when a lot of things are put on your table. So it would be like, okay, should I also be doing the same thing? See, in the same age, you can see there are a lot of good and bad things which are happening. Like there are people who are exercising, who are eating healthy food, again working out. Then there are shopaholics. Someone's like a couch potato, and then someone is dipped in a mug of coffee. Someone is smoking. So there are a lot of good and bad things which happen around us. So generally, human tendency is to attract what? Bad, bad things. Why? See, okay, we like food. How many foodies here? Only one, two. Only two, three foodies. What about others? Okay, so see, we know that junk food is not good for us. Healthy food is good, but still, what do we get attracted to? Junk food. So you have a plate of sprouts and you have a plate of pizza. You would want to eat the pizza first, right? So it's natural that you get attracted towards the bad slightly. So here being aware or being or just realizing that this is not the right path for me itself is a great achievement. I would not say that you should not, I mean, you have to control and you should not go into the bad. All of us make mistakes. Is it possible for us to completely be in a straight path and not look at the bad things or not experience bad things? Once you do something bad, you get to know. So realization is the most important thing, because most of the people who would continue doing bad things might never realize that it's bad. So if at all you have got a realization that okay, this is a bad path, I must try to come out of it, that itself is a achievement. So here these are certain kinds of uh, things which which might lead you into the bad way. But generally what happens, like when you are led into the wrong path or whatever, as I said, you start, see, with the family, the connection is somewhere, I could say that you get disconnected. Why? Because, see, your family asks you to do something. So your behavior towards your parents or your family is changed, and you perceive that even their behavior towards you has changed. You might think that now they are becoming more strict. They might not, if they not, do not allow you to go on that trip that you want to go to, or if they don't let you buy the bike you want. So all these, I think, circumstances you would have come across. Now, most of you might have asked for a new bike. Some of them might have purchased and given. Some of them might have not given. So, or new mobile, whatever. So you kind of become a rebel, and you would want to follow your own path. So sometimes everything is fine. You just want to be a rebel and take your own independent choices. So you don't want to listen to parents or elders. Like if they say do this, you want to do the opposite. So that happens, right? So here, how do you like if it happens and if it sustains for a very short period of time, it's fine. But you might have seen certain situations where uh, there is so much of friction between the family and the like suppose talking to kids and the parents, the children and the parents, or could be between siblings or anything. That often leads to a kind of disconnect where it becomes very hard for you to reunite. Right? You might have seen in certain families where siblings don't talk to each other, or parents don't talk to each other, or the child doesn't talk to the father, it asks through mom. So why all such things happen? Because of the disconnect. So here you might get into a disconnected mode, or if in order to avoid getting disconnected, what should you do in order to avoid it, or how can you reconnect? What are the things that you need to follow with your family? Hmm? Do you all communicate with the family? Like all of you communicate with your friends, like even after going back home you would still text your friends, continue you would continue texting your friends till the night, right? So, right, but how many of you actually connect with the family? Like how many of you actually go and communicate with family? So as soon as you go home, they might ask you how your day was, how did it go. Do you also ask your parents how did your day go? You ask? Some of you ask, some of you don't, because you just assume that okay, their parents, everything goes fine for them, we don't need to ask, right? The slideshow. Okay. So here, see, one is initiate the communication. So you reach out if you're away from home, you make that call. Make sure that okay, because they would also be longing to talk to you because you're far away. So you make that call, send a text, keep them updated about what's happening in your life here, and create experiences. So it is not necessary that you have to always spend time just by going, sitting, and talking. You can share experiences. If you like gardening, go do gardening with your family, or you want to help mom with your cooking, you can do that. So that's one thing. And be present. So like I said, after you get back home, you would still be on your phone. So give some time out for that. Keep it separately. Be present actually at home. Talk to them. Could be talking to your grandparents, elders, or even your siblings who are younger to you, who would want your knowledge. You could share that. Offer help and support. So how many of you actually offer help and support in running errands? uh, Parents ask you to go get something from the shop, immediately you go bring it. Huh? And all the other things, like it could be your see, parents might not be updated about the current technology. They might ask you to how to use the certain app on a phone. So are you like, it's so simple, what should I teach in that? Do you do that, or do you sit actually and help them? Hmm? You'll be like, this is so simple, you should know how to do it. You would say that, right? So how many of you actually, so you can offer help and support to your parents or grandparents or even siblings, and don't be shy to share. So here, sharing as in, see here, in this current, now all of you are entering engineering, there can several mistakes that you can make through this course or through the path. Be open to with your family. If you make mistakes, don't hesitate, go share it with them. It could be something as simple as, okay, you might bunk a class and not tell them about it. Once you might not tell them about it, twice, thrice, and then it goes on to such a long extent that you completely break that trust. So all your parents are sending you to college, trusting you and letting you be here, right? They're not standing right outside the door, seeing whether you're actually in here and taking you back. No, because that is because they have certain trust in you. So you don't break that trust, and the more you are open with your parents, things become easier. Because a lot of times, these students, when they finish, and here also, like if you have taken or opted this course, all of you have opted this course by choice. Have you all opted the course or engineering by choice or by force? No one? Then it's well and good. See, if at all you are forced into doing something, you can be open about it. You can tell them, no, my area of interest is this. This is not something that I want to do, or anything. It could be in the future, like where you are asked to work in a certain company. You can be open about it instead of regretting it later. So be open and communicate and show appreciation. So, how many of you appreciate or show gratitude to your parents? Like, see, showing as in not just thinking or feeling it inside your mind, actually saying it. How many of you say thank you and sorry at home? See, thank you and sorry are the most important words which have to be acknowledged. And we generally do it in the outside world very easily and unknowingly. Like, suppose you are walking and then you just happen to bump into someone, you're like, sorry, right? At home, also, do you do that? At home, you something falls down and then your mom or dad picks it up and gives it to you. Do you say thank you? Huh? Or do you say sorry for everything? Or your mom has cooked like amazing food for you. Do you say thank you? I mean, not every day you can't keep saying, but something she makes your favorite food, and then do you acknowledge it, or are you just like, okay, it's her duty to do the food? Hmm? So thank you and sorry. I would say, at least if you haven't practiced, at least start practicing now, where you show appreciation. It makes your day, right? Give compliments. How many of you like hearing compliments? I'm sure everyone likes hearing compliments. Someone saying that, okay, this shirt is nice. You look good in this shirt. This hairstyle suits you. Whatever. You like hearing it, right? How many of you actually give it out? Do you give out compliments? You might think it for yourself, okay, this is good, this person's shoes is very nice, I should also buy one, but you might not say it, right? So what holds you back? So just think it for yourself, okay? So if something is holding you back, just remember that it makes someone's day. So same way at family also, within the family, if you want to appreciate, if you want to say thank you or sorry, do it. Don't hesitate or don't hold yourself back. Okay, so here, talking about family, so every family is a unit. Now when lot of units, such units come together, you call it as a society. So here, slide. Yeah. So I would say, see, family is your biggest asset. So just don't take them for granted. Most of the times we end up taking them for granted. And you also think that it's okay. What if I don't say today? I will start saying tomorrow. Next month, I will start saying. Why to start it today? You should just know that, see, time, all of us are not permanent here. Okay, the time we have here is all limited, so don't wait for the right time, just do it. So you know that all, you have so many loved ones around you, and you know that it is all for a limited time, you will not have them forever, right? So always, whenever you want to appreciate, say something, do it immediately and don't wait for the right time. So don't take them for granted. So like I said, when many families come together, it is called as the society. So what is society? This is the definition which says it's a group of individuals who live together in a structured community sharing common beliefs, values, and institutions that guide their interactions and behavior. So, what is your responsibility towards the society? Similar, almost similar. So, the whatever you are following the values at home, the same thing if you follow it or extend it towards the society, then we can all experience a beautiful community that we are living in, right? So, here, respect for others. So, respect is something which is earned, right? You can't ask, okay, give me respect. I have given you respect. Now you also give it back to me. You can't do that. So, respect is something which is earned. Now, do you respect based on certain criteria, or do you have in your mind that we should respect all the elders? Is it true? Should we respect only the elders? We should respect the people who are younger to us also, right? Like I am older to you, but I need to respect you also. Like you are all waiting here now for so long, so I'm quickly passing it through so that you don't have to wait. That is because of the respect for your time, right? Same way now, respecting for based on designation. See, you might respect the boss of an organization, but do you also respect the security guards of that organization? So both of them are doing their jobs, right? Both are earning for their families. So you need to not discriminate. You should not discriminate your, people based on their income or based on the race, creed, whatever. And irrespective of any discrimination, you need to respect others. So that's one thing. Community support is again offering support for people who are in need. It could be donating, doing charity work, so all of that. And environmental stewardship. I think you had a long session about the environment just now. So taking responsibility for protecting the environment, adopting sustainable methods. So making choices like that. I think I don't have to tell anything about it. Education and awareness. So here, staying informed of what the current scenario is and sharing that information with others also, like okay, that is one thing. And standing up for rights. So whatever be the scenario, challenging the discrimination and injustice wherever it is. So if you see something wrong happening, stand up for it. If you see something wrong happening to yourself, first you need to stand up for yourself. That's the most important thing. And then stand up, you have to stand up for other injustice also. See, it doesn't end where you take part in a lot of candlelight marches, posting on your social media in support of something. It doesn't, your bit doesn't end there. You need to stand up for something right, and you should make sure that you do not follow the same path. Okay, that's one thing. Civic responsibility is following the rules. See, just because there are no cops, there's no camera on the street, will you skip a signal? I think many of you do. You would skip signals, not wear helmet, mainly for whose safety is it? First for your safety. So you might see around there are no police, like no cops. So even if I skip the signal, it doesn't matter. Is it for the cops that you're doing? So thinking about, so those are your civic responsibilities where you tend to follow the rules and abiding by the law. So in any case, okay. And personal integrity is, yeah, whether like anybody is watching you or not, you need to know whether you're right or wrong and follow it. And the last one is empathy and compassion. So showing compassion. See, all of us, each one of us are like facing their own battles. So you might not know that. You might not know the person sitting next to you, what is going through in his family or what is going through in his mind. So you would never know. So be kind. Be kind to people. Okay. And all this, I would like to say, don't be a bad, you know this idiom, right? So one bad apple can spoil all the others. So you try not to become that bad apple. So even if there are bad apples amongst you, you try to identify and try not to get affected from that. If you end up getting affected from that, then you also become a bad or rotten apple. So try to make sure that you don't become that person, right? And as engineers, see, now all of you are going to become engineers in another 4 years. So once you become engineers, what is your towards the society? One is ethical practice, like I already mentioned, seeing what is right and what is wrong and following the right path. Okay, so always make sure that your ethics are like you think about your ethics, whether it is in the presence of someone or in the absence of someone, or you're forced to do something, you might be offered a lot of money or good salary, which is, but you have to do a job which is against your ethics. So would you do it or not? So that's a question like which you have to, because at the end of the day you need to answer yourself, right? So if you are happy getting good sleep by doing that job or not, so you need to ask yourself. Second one is sustainable design. So you design, see, you might design projects. So you design projects which will minimize the environmental impact, which has sustainable results. So make sure that you are following such path. And innovation for social good. Again, innovation for social good also, like you're doing projects where it is doing good for the society, like giving access to clean water, fresh air, or making projects such that it is helpful for the society. And mentorship and education. So here, see, all of you now, you are in the first year, you would seek some help from your seniors, right? So from your seniors, you would be looking out for some, it could be related to your subject or related to the procedure or process of how the academics is going on. So you also, when you get into a stage where you are eligible to share your knowledge, so you do that, share your knowledge and be a mentor and educate your juniors or whoever is in need. And safety first. So safety first, be it whatever kind of project that you're doing, safety should always be your first concern. It could be a software that you're developing, a machine that you're designing, you could be constructing a house, a bridge, road. Safety, not for yourself but for the people who are using it. You come across a lot of instances, right, where the bridges collapse, the roads are, so how the people who are using, or the general public like us now, we also use certain houses, structures, whatever, depending on what the trust that we have in our engineers who have built it. So when you are in that role where you are placed with some kind of trust by people, don't break it just for some mere benefits, right? Maybe some little amount of savings or whatever you can do by compromising on the safety. Never do compromises on safety. So safety always comes first. And then volunteering and pro bono work. So everything that you do does not always require you to earn some money. So you can do some volunteering work where you share your knowledge with the rest. Like it could be like going and teaching some underprivileged kids where they don't have access to the kind of knowledge that you have. It could be using of computers or anything, so you know how to do it, you can go and teach them. So this is all like just volunteering work, so you don't get paid for it. It is just that happiness that you get by sharing. Or and that person, you might teach lot of them, but that person who learns it from you would never forget you. Okay, this person came and taught me how to use a computer, or this person came and taught me how to solve this particular thing. So try to do that also, the pro bono work. And lifelong learning, always keep your minds open. So learning never stops. You have to keep continuing learning, be it your till your course or after your course. So that's one thing. So see, embrace human values for it. So how many of you know this person? Almost all of you know. So can we say that in order to do any good work, do we need a certain skill set? See, with education, you can do certain things. Without education or without having certain skill sets, also, you can still do your bit for the society. So, and here we have a picture of Salumarada Timaka. So, did she do or plant all those thousands of trees thinking that she would get a reward? No, right? So you just continue doing your work, whether you get recognition or reward. So if you're continuing doing your work without the expectations of that, you would get recognition as a just as a bonus. So here, don't expect rewards or recognition, and in the hope for that, don't do your work. Just continue doing that. Okay. So here, I'd like to end saying that, see, a lie doesn't become truth or wrong doesn't become right, and evil doesn't become good just because it is accepted by the majority. So, see, we all have a moral compass which is wired within us. Every time you take a decision, just activate that moral compass. Think whether it is showing the right direction or the wrong direction. Everyone might be doing that. But for you, is it the right thing or the wrong thing? So, just think about that moral compass and then do what is right and not what is easy. You have a lot of instances now. where your moral compass could be just ticking the other way and you still go in the other direction, opposite direction. It could be anything: cheating in the test, exams, bunking, not listening to class. So just prioritize. So if you want to bunk a class, prioritize, check, is it worth it? Whatever you're going to do, if you're going to plan to go out, can you do it after class hours? Can you attend this class? Because all of you are here for a reason, right? So just see, prioritize, is it worth at the cost of your education or missing a class attendance and all of that? So just think about it. Always make sure that you have the moral compass activate before making a decision. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope it was quick enough. any any questions or any interaction, anything you would want to ask? Don't ask when we will leave, now only immediately you can leave. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.